everyone, and welcome back to Everything Miniature, and today is the day where we are going to finally be making an April O'Neil from Fortnite, and so let's go and get started. We've already done all the other turtles, so you guys need to check out those videos. So I got this doll from Dollar Tree. This one is called Varaya. These dolls are pretty cool and very fun to customize. So they stand about 5 inches tall. They come wearing shoes, dresses, and then they have removable hair. They have the basic 5 points of articulation with movement at the head, shoulder, and like upper hip. And so let's go ahead and let's remove that hair. It's pretty easy to remove because there's like 4 dolls in the whole collection. You're supposed to be able to kind of move all the hair around. So I went in and took the nail polish remover and removed her eyebrows, eyelashes, and freckles. I'm also going to take some black paint. I'm going to start painting on her some new eyelashes. And then once that dries, I'm going to go into some white paint and I'm going to go and fill in her eyeball. Now I'm going to go into some brown paint and I'm going to go and paint in her eye color. Then I'll go enough a darker brown over that. And so now let's go and work on her shoes and get those dry. So I painted them with a coat of Mod Podge and I'm going to paint them with the color gray. Alright, so now here's how her face turned out. So I went ahead and did her eyebrows, painted on her a second color of her eye, and then gave her some pupils and then some white dots in her eye. And I also did her lipstick. Here are the colors I used for her lipstick, and then her eyebrows I used the orange and then the espresso brown. So now, just like the turtles, I'm going to go and use my hot glue gun to make some gloves, make it look like she's wearing them, and then I'm going to go in with the hot nozzle once they've dried and kind of smooth them out and make it look more like gloves and not hot glue. So I went ahead and I painted them black. I made her elbow pads black, and then I've also done her socks, which are going to be 2 different sizes. At the moment, I didn't realize they were. I also added on some details like some gold and yellow paint. And so then I was going to go ahead and give her like a fabric outfit, and then it was not working out, so I went ahead and I gave her a whole clay outfit, and I couldn't film it on video because one, I completely forgot to, and don't know how YouTube appreciates a naked doll on YouTube. So now let's go and take some of this peacock blue and let's go and paint a circle on her shirt. And I used some white paint to paint her shirt, and then yellow for her pants, and then I went ahead and I also made like a clay jacket to go around it. And so I made these on my Cricut, so they all say channel, and they're gonna go on her back where her backpack would be and stuff. So let's go and cut them out. So I made a bunch of different sizes, and then whichever one fits, I'm gonna go ahead and glue it on. By the way, it is downpouring outside. It's pretty loud, so that's the background sound if you were wondering. Next up, let's go ahead and work on her elbow pads and knee pads. So here's what I've got so far. I painted on her 6, and I also painted on news, which I'm very proud of myself with doing that. And I also painted on some buckles, and then some more details under her back. And I thought I was recording, I had it all set up and completely forgot to press the record button. And I also made her socks 2 different sizes, so that's kind of what I got going on so far. So I cut these out with my Cricut. There are a bunch of different sizes. I'm just gonna see what size fits her knee pads the best, and then I'm just gonna glue them on. And then I also had leftover ones from whenever I did the turtles, and so I saved those, and I'm also gonna glue those on for elbow pads. Now I'm just going to go into some gray paint, and I'm going to go ahead and paint her knee pads and elbow pads with them, and then I'll go into some darker gray and add on some details. Alright, so here's what I've got so far. So I painted on some darker gray details, and then I've done that to her elbow pads. And since I added the clay outfit, she has no articulation, only movement at the head now, so it's kind of what's going on. I'm gonna add on some white wrap, I think what it is, on her knee pad. Kind of looks more like tape, like they're falling apart. So I'm also gonna add on some black dots to her elbow pads, and my camera is having a very difficult time focusing. So now I'm gonna go and take some orange yarn, And I'm just going to cut them into strips like this, so they're kind of long. And I'm going to take my comb and I'm just going to go ahead and divide it into 4 sections, and I'm just going to pull them apart into 4 different sections just like that. And so that's going to be each strand of hair, and you're going to keep repeating that till you kind of have enough to fill up the whole head. So yeah, here's what I've got so far. This is quite a bit. Now I'm just going to go ahead and take my hair straightener. I put it on the lowest setting, and I'm just going to go ahead and flatten it, so kind of get rid of the curl effect and make it straight and look more like April's hair. Then I'm also going to go ahead and just cut this in half because I think it's a little bit too long since April's supposed to have short hair. And so I'm just going to go ahead and do that so it's not so much hair. Then I'm just going to go ahead and take one piece from that section, and I'm going to take a small section from the pile, and I'm just going to go ahead and place it in the center of that one piece, and I'm just going to go ahead and double knot it so that will be the hairline and then the hair eventually. And so now I made a bunch, some in different sizes, some are smaller and then some are bigger, just kind of so we have some more dimension to the hair. So here's April, and I'm going to take a cotton ball and I'm going to go and fill in that hole in her head. Then I'm also taking some black acrylic paint. I'm going to go and paint her earrings because I forgot to do those. And I'm also trimming off the excess on the cotton ball so it kind of forms more of her head and not the cotton ball. So here's how the earrings turned out. So I was going to actually give her hoop earrings, still actually wanting to, and let's just go with that for now. So now I'm going to go ahead and use my pencil, and I'm going to go ahead and mark like where her hairline should be. And I'm going to go ahead and decide a piece because it kind of looks like she has bangs, but they're not quite bangs at the same time. I'm going to go ahead and glue that on with that where we knotted it. It's kind of in the center. And then I'm just going to go and glue on the second piece right behind it. And then I'm just going to go ahead and take that first piece and I'm going to go and glue it so it kind of would lay right behind the ear. And so it covers up her eyebrow. It's kind of hard to explain, but if you kind of look up a picture of the Fortnite April, you'll kind of see what her hair kind of looks like. And I am no hairstylist, but I'm going to go ahead and try and cut it the best I can. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue on the rest of the hair. Then once that's dried, I'm going to go ahead and flip her upside down, and I'm just going to go ahead and glue her hair onto her head so it kind of lays flat. And it'll be a lot more easier to style. So there's what we got so far. I'm also using my hair straightener to just kind of flatten it and kind of make it lay down flat. And so I'm also going to trim it up a little bit and then comb it and brush it through so it looks more like hair and stuff. And you're kind of thinning the hair so there's so much hair to work with. Alright, so here's what I've got so far. Now I'm just going to go ahead and start kind of cutting it to like what I want her to look like. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it to length for hair, which is a little bit above her shoulder. And then I'm just going to go ahead and give it layers and try and make it best I can. So I'm doing layers, and then I'm also kind of dividing the hair where there's some in the middle and some on the bottom, some on top, and I'm just cutting it off and trying to get like the least amount of hair as possible because April looks like she kind of has like thinner hair. So I'm just cutting it all off and trying to get the best that I can. So I made these stands for my Fortnite turtle figures in a short, and so now I kind of want to make one a little bit more detailed for April. Well, not like a detailed stand, but kind kind of show you guys a little bit better of how I made it. So I'm going to take this wood plank I got from Dollar Tree, and then I'm just going to go and place April on it, and I'm just going to kind of trace how big the base I want her to be on. So it's going to be 1 3/4 inches by 2.5 inches. Then I'm just going to go and take my X-Acto knife, and I like scoring it a little bit, so it's a little bit easier to cut with my scissors. Then I'm just going to go and take some cardboard, and I'm going to go and trace this wood piece we cut out around it, and then I'm going to go and make it a lot smaller than that. And then I'm just going to go and take some white computer paper, and I'm just going to go and glue, we'll cut off the tabs on that cardboard piece, and I'm just going to fold over and glue it, so it's nice and pretty and no cardboard edges. And I'm just going to glue it on top of that wood piece, and I'm going to take April for an example and take this bamboo skewer that was already painted white from a previous project, and then I'm just going to glue it on there. Here's Cheeto. Look how cute he is. Isn't he so cute? He's getting so big, and I've only had him for 2 weeks now, and he's getting so big. Isn't he so cute? Alright, back to what we're doing. So I painted the stand white, and I'm also going to take a paper clip, and I'm just going to unbend it and make it completely flat, and then I'm going to go ahead and glue it to the back of the wood stand, and then I'm just going to wait for that to dry, and then I'm just going to go ahead and glue on a piece of yarn I cut, so it's a little bit more sturdy, and hopefully it won't fall off or break. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and bend the paper clip to kind of form the shape of your figure. And so this stand isn't supposed to be anything fancy, it's just enough to help prevent the doll from falling or figure. I'm also going to take a piece of ribbon and take out a little piece of wire. So for the turtles, because they were so much larger, I had to actually take some of this wire and wrap it around the opening here in the front, which I'm just going to do to show you guys, and made it a lot bigger so it can actually fit on. But for April, since she's so much smaller, you don't really need the ribbon part. I'm just showing you guys how I did it for the other ones. So here's how April turned out. I think she turned out so pretty. So starting off with the shoes, so they're gray, and I added on a bunch of black details to them, and added some white laces and some white trim. Those took me a while. And then look at her different size socks. Those turned out really cute as well. And then I added some more details to her pants, like added some darker yellowish brown to it. So I added on a bunch of details, like her elbow pads. I painted even the word news on her gloves on the sides. It's kind of hard to see on camera, but I did put news on there. So I also added some more details. For the sticks, the colors I had to mix a bunch together. I used fuchsia, I mixed dark orange, and I also mixed bright yellow to get that color. I also painted news on the strap to like her backpack. Alright, and so here's her stand, how that turned out. It turned out pretty cute. I'm gonna go ahead and place her in it. And then her hair also turned out really cute too. I like the kind of like choppy look. It kind of looks like you kind of took a knife to and just gave yourself layers. I've always wanted to try to give myself layers. That'd be so fun. Alright, so here she is with the rest of the turtles on my shelf. So here's Raph. He's pretty cool. There's April. Yeah, so she can't really... It's gonna be hard to position her on the shelf because she can only stand straight like that. Her hair is so cute. I'll never get able to get over that. There's Leo hiding in the corner. And we also have Donnie, who just looks very angry. And then there's Mikey. So I like my turtle Fortnite collections. They're very fun. These were all very fun to make. If you guys have not seen me make the turtles yet, make sure to go check out those videos. They're on my channel. I think I actually made a playlist with all my Fortnite stuff combined. So you guys can go and check that out. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys later. Bye!